Welcome back to Minecraft. Hello, Mlinka.
Hello.
Your name tag is in the middle of you, which is odd. And same for Demon. I might have to relog at some point.
I see it just fine.
But anyway,
Same here.
hello folks. We're going to start off with some fixes that we did to our village breeder system last episode. The main one actually was to do with the way we were pumping liquid through. Found we needed a timer on here, so we just added a timer on a 10-second countdown just so that it pumps a redstone signal. Otherwise it was running too quickly and the liquid was being removed quite faster than it was being, useful to us. The other thing is we had to make sure there was water source blocks, otherwise all the way down these tubes, otherwise the villagers drowned, just to get rid of the current. But it's working. We added some more doors too. But yeah, the system's working. It's fairly slow right now till we have more villagers in the breeding plan. But that was last episode's build. Now on to what we've got to show you today. And that requires
Gates closed.
going to Formcraft. The gate is closed, is it? Okay. We'll jump over the gates for now. It's all lit up and stuff at the moment. And I still haven't fixed the mob spawn thing, so we don't get many mobs. Switch forms. Okay, so we've had our mana bean farm going for a while, which has been quite nice. So this is all working really well. And the result of which is these mana beans in here. So there's loads of them. However, I don't particularly like the system I've got here, so I'm going to change it up slightly during the episodes. So that's a thing to do. And you'll probably notice there's other changes in here. So should we start round the back and
Yeah, why not?
go for that? Okay. Let's show one of these peripheral proxies. Do you want to explain, Linka?
Peripheral. Sure. Let's start out that we had to change one little thing because of a bug in the version of Thaumic you have right now. Or was it Open Peripherals Fire?
It's open. I believe the bug stems from TTKme or Thaumic Tinkerer. Anyway, I think Thaumic Tinkerer.
Oh, okay. Anyways, we used to have void jars inside, so any excess essence would be drained away. But in our current version, the peripheral proxy does not work with void jars, so we're back to warded jars for the moment, until we update. What does the peripheral proxy do? Well, if fire will move over here, you can show that green arrow fire.
Yep, I'm seeing it.
Oh yeah, you're seeing the other one, of course. That green arrow points towards the jar, basically saying to that block, work with whatever's on that side of the of the peripheral proxy, which in this case is a jar. What does it allow us to do? Well, basically it gives us an extra API for computercraft. We get to use commands on that jar. In this case, through the peripheral proxy on the wired modem, we can access every jar.
I'm just going to go around to show that we have connected via wired modem literally to every single jar in the building.
Yep.
And each jar has to be connected with, they've got these red squares around the things. Now they won't be red when you install the wired modems. I'm not going to do it now, it's just going to mess up our code. But if you right click them with an empty hand, they'll actually turn on and it will tell you what proxy is there. So that's that side of it.
Which will be hooked up to that computer you can see over here.
Yep.
That small yellow edge is a computer.
Yep, and above it is the monitor. So we'll go inside. And here is where we cheated, because when it came to the code, we could have rewritten the code, but someone's already made code for this, and
Yep.
in the name of Direwolf.
Credits where credits due.
Yeah. So Direwolf20, if you watch his videos like I do, he did a fantastic system of this, way more complex than this. But he had it automating filling up the jars. We didn't really want that side of it. So we basically used Pastebin, to take his code. You'll have to watch his episodes. If you do a search for it, it's fairly easy to find. You know, his Essentia automation. But yeah, we just took his code and modified it for our own means. So it just displayed what we wanted it to display. And we may work more with the code, adjusting it more for ourselves in the future if we need to. But for now, like, it works. What it does is it reads every single jar in the room and displays it in a 3-column table. And again, Direwolf20 does a fantastic video showing how the code works. But yeah,
there's one little jar that isn't shown. It's been held by our little guy over here.
Oh, we showed that a couple of episodes back with the...
That would be awesome if you could hook up a golem to the modem.
Yeah. But yeah,
there actually is something you can do that with.
Yeah, I think there is, yeah.
Really?
Cool. It's a new Thumbcraft thing.
Okay, cool. Anyways, it reads out all the water jars in the back. It's on a refresh rate of 10 seconds now, I think.
Yeah, so this...
basically, there's a delay there just so we don't overload the server as usual.
Yeah, so actually let's get something that we're fairly low on. Let's say... see if I can find any Tellem in here. I'll have to scroll through. Here's some.
Which is one of the reasons why we will be changing this.
Yeah, because it's hard to read. But if I then take this Tellem, put it in the alchemical furnace, I've made some alumentum. That will come in a later episode. But you can see that the golem is now filling the jar over here with Tellem. And the computer, if you watch here, is updating to say now there's 11 in there. And as he keeps filling it up, you'll see the Tellem increase. So yeah, it just means that before we do any infusion crafting, we can come up to the computer to find out if we've got all the desired or required materials. And if we don't, then we've got all the mana beans that we could ever need just sitting right here on the right hand side. However, as we said, that is not ideal. So I'm going to go fix it. So let's run back into the nearest stable crafting monitor. There should be one in here. Should be fine. Okay.
Okay, and I'll move the chest.
Can you bring a tesseract of some kind? That would be good. And don't move that chest at the moment, please. Otherwise I'm going to have issues. Oh, I guess you could do it for portal gun, but I'm worried about the translocators, which I'm going to get to in a minute. But anyway, let's...
I just removed the translocator first.
Oh, okay. So here's an ME chest.
I'm not completely stupid.
And hopefully I've got the materials for it. And it's from Applied Energistics. What I like about the ME chest is it doesn't have to be connected to the network. So that's good. And the other part is we're going to want some storage for this stuff, if I can spell the word storage. And I think under this system, I think a 64K storage would be fantastic. So I'm going to try and craft one. And let's see if it gets stuck on anything, because it very well could. There we go. So missing basic processors. I can tell it to craft, say, 64 seems a bit extreme. Oops, drop it down to say 30.
Do about 20, yeah.
30-ish, that'll do. So once I've got a bunch of basic processors, is it going to get stuck on something else?
Did you set the processors to auto cooking?
No.
Okay.
I need some quartz dust now of some description. Let's do it with Certix quartz dust. I need to cook this up. Which, oh, it's raining. Do you want to toggle the downpour so it's
just
not? Yeah.
Already done.
I might steal a hard drive from elsewhere to show the system, but for right now I'm going to use the induction furnace because it's quick. Thankfully it doesn't matter what room I make all this stuff in, so I can actually just transfer, because the crafting monitor up here is showing the same stuff, right? So it doesn't make a difference for me. Okay, right, so now we've got a bit of silicon, and drop that in the system, and close that off. And now let's see how we're getting on. Okay, so now we can go to our processors, and we've got our 34 processors, and I'll give them the same treatment in the induction furnace and cook those up. Thankfully the induction furnace is pretty swift. By the way, we've only ever run our nuclear power station once, and it's been running for what, 2 weeks, and we're only at 76%.
Something like that.
It's fantastic. It's really great. So when we need to fill it up again and we see the storage low, then we can just go downstairs and sort that out. It's really good. So yeah, we barely need any power off of the nuke whatsoever, but when we do need it, it fills them up really fast. Right, let's see what it's going to get stuck on next. Oh, it's done. Fantastic. Storage and 164K storage and a chest. And you got the Tesseract, right?
Yep.
The reason why I'm
already here.
Concerned about the translocator thing is I'm not convinced translocators will work on the ME chest.
Ah, easy enough to solve with some pipe work.
Yeah, we can solve it, but we'll see. Okay, so if you shove your head to the side a bit, there we go. So if I put the ME chest here, and I put this 64K storage in, now it works even though there's no controller because it's getting power from the Tesseract here. So as long as you supply an ME chest with some power, you don't need it connected to the entire network. So the next part is, have you got the translocator and the diamond thing? Because I'd like to show it actually on camera. Oh, thank you. Let's take it off and actually show the audience what you just did. Thanks. Where's the, have you got the diamond?
It's all back in the chest.
Oh, God damn it.
The diamond, I've got that right here. That was actually just me misclicking with the diamond, that's why it worked.
Okay.
You've got a translocator, and
here
is the diamond nugget.
Cool. Yeah, so basically to set the translocator, you place it on the side. There's another translocator above. And what we need to do is set the diamond nugget in here. Do we need the diamond nugget? I can't remember what we were using it for.
You don't need it.
No.
I don't think we do.
Normally it's a filter, but we don't need a filter on this one.
Yeah, nothing else should be picked up by the golems. I mean, it's possible, but they could pick something else up, but that's fine. Okay, and if I click the middle of the translocator here, it will start transferring. That's basically what was in the ender chest. If you want to quickly switch the ender chest, I don't know if it will drop the translocator or what, but you could probably switch the diamond chest for the ender chest.
We'll see. I'm not allowed to pick it up, the ender chest.
Let me try. Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, the other method...
That's an easy... Yeah, that's easy enough solved. Do you have a block or something that you can place right here for a second?
No, I don't need to do that. To be honest, the manual method is pretty quick. So yeah, we'll just dump all of these in here like so. And
I've got some item ducts.
I do actually have item ducts on me. There we go. I'll tell you what, you can sort the automated way out while I'm doing this. That would work. It just makes it easier to read because any doubles aren't actually going to be read anymore, and it's just an easier system to read these from. When we use the diamond chest, once it reached its maximum of 64, it would start a new stack. This way it doesn't. Now there's 51 types of essentia, so the fact that these can only hold 63 types in a in the storage here is fine, because we're only ever going to use 51 or 52, which is perfect, and the 65k storage should give us enough storage to last us a fairly good while. I mean, you know, we can see we actually got quite a lot. You got it in stack mode or something? Is it or is it just taking its time?
It's taking its time. It's taking a stack at a time.
Oh, okay. Oh, but it is working. Cool. Once we've done that, then we can get rid of all this pipe work and chest. But yeah, nice. I'm a bit concerned now that we're going to fill up the system with these, but.
Oh wow, yeah, it's actually going really fast on the byte usage.
Yeah, well, we have been pretty good with collecting mana beans.
We might need to replace this with a mini ME system after all. Wow.
We've only got 50 types though. I wonder if it's because I use the last of the meto. Maybe there isn't any extra meto.
Tell him, you mean?
Tell them, yeah. Maybe I just took the lot. It's possible. Oh well. But anyway, we can clean that up, and the system will carry on running. And yeah, once we've
Here
got a decent storage. What we can do is stuff like air that we've got a lot of. I mean, we can work out a way of avoiding extras, maybe, or even the possibility of adding more storage if need be. I mean, it's what, less than half full, so I guess we're not too bad off.
That's actually going to be hard, because if you look at them, they all have the same item ID. It's going to be hard to filter accesses out.
Yeah, I can do it with a computer-based thing, but don't worry about it for now.
True.
Cool. Yeah, so that's that side done. So now that when we come in here, because we're going to do some way more advanced Formcraft stuff in the future that I have planned. So the fact that we've got an advanced infusion room now that will allow us to do that, especially with the candles providing stability underneath, we can start getting into really, really cool Formcraft based items. Okay. Is there anything else
Next
to
stop.
do with this room? I think that pretty much covers it.
Yeah, that's it.
I know it's a bit of a cop-out to say, hey, go check Direwolf's episode on how the code works, but to be honest, we didn't need to necessarily know how the code works to be able to use it for ourselves.
To be honest, I am a programmer as a job, and well, how he programmed it is basically how I would have done it as well. So yeah, I would have just been repeating his code. No point in doing that.
Yeah. So we recommend if you see a good build and you like it, then just, use their code. They paste spin it for a reason. So anyone who paste spin code, they want you to use their code. So anyone who thinks, oh, you're just a copycat, well, he wanted us to use it, otherwise he wouldn't have pasted it in the first place. And it's just why we paste our code from when we've created more original designs that we've done over a couple of seasons, where we've actually done original code designs.
I think our Nexus is still up there somewhere, which is the code I like the most so far.
Yeah, we've got an automated Nexus. I know Direwolf has got one too, but we have an automated Nexus design, and we've got all the code, I think, for our I'm trying to think of the name of it now. The Tin Can Alley design is up on
oh yeah, of course,
on there as well. So next thing we've come over to show is this alveary. So I know we've shown alvearies before, so I'm going to go over this fairly quickly. But one of the additions here is an alveary sieve that I've put woven silk into this slot here and created this sieve. Now what this will do when there's trees here that are actually breeding, which we've stopped now because it was getting a bit well, there wasn't anything that we were particularly going for, and we were busy with other things. We tore it down just so that we didn't get spammed too much with mutated stuff. But actually what we can do now we've got this in is place the trees back in, and all those mutated leaves, instead of you having to break them, what it will do is it will place pollen in these 4 slots. We can extract it using the ME system, which I'll do off camera at some point, and just place all of the pollen on into a chest, and then that way we can manually mutate trees.
cool.
In a much better way. So when we've actually got some of those pollen and some trees going on, I can show how that works. But just that's how we're collecting some tree pollen, is using this sieve. Inside the alveary, I've been busy with refined drones. If you use NEI to help you work out to breed down the lines, then you'll be able to do it too. I think the hardest part of getting these bees was I had to do some ocean bee work, which actually meant I had to build an apiary setup in the middle of the ocean. So I sat on the server for half a day, sat in the middle of the ocean breeding bees, which was interesting. What these?
And how did you do that? Did you build a pillar from the ground up till you hit water level, or did you use an angel block?
I found an island in the middle of the ocean. It just needs to be an ocean biome. You don't actually need to be in the ocean. So
Okay.
I just found a little island somewhere in that direction. Anyway, so these bees, they're going to produce oily combs and petroleum combs, and basically that produces oil or fuel. I think it's called, isn't it, in here?
Fuel. Yep.
Now the fuel you don't get a lot of, but oil you get more of. But the fact that we get fuel for free is good, because all that will turn is the oil into fuel anyway, using refineries at a later time. Right now we're just going to be storing them. The other thing I did with these bees, I'm just going to analyze one of them for you, so I can show you the work that we did, or that I did. Just say so. Oh, it's messed up with its lifespan. Okay, I might have to put it through the ringer a bit, but it's supposed to have elongated life, so that way they don't die off so much, and we don't get extra bees that we don't want. Especially as I don't think, I could be wrong, but yeah, this princess is ignoble stock, so the princess will die at some point. So it's better that the princess has a longer life, because then it's less likely to die. The speed of production was set to fast. I know it's bred it out a little bit here, but it was set to fast, which means it's just producing at a ridiculous pace. Yeah, we've set the flowers to flowers, and the fertility. I need to set the fertility even lower, actually, just so I don't drown in tons of refined bees. But yeah, that's what I did. I also gave them the nocturnal trait as well, and the flyer trait, using the system below.
Did you use the rocky bees for that as a base, or did you give them the traits?
I gave them the traits, so I'm just going to go through and show, because we've got lots of serums now. You can see some of them that I've been using, like Noble, Tropical, Fast Production, that was to use for these bees. Got some rural species. See what else we've got. Tolerances, there's a nocturnal serum. There's the rainfall serum, so it works when it's raining. The flower pollination serum, which I needed. Yeah, so basically, yeah, we've got all our serums in here. High fertility I recommend high fertility actually when you're mutating bees, but low fertility when you're actually trying to put them through an automated system. Just so that you don't have too many bees, because like you would use them to gain DNA, but our DNA tanks are fairly full. Down here we've got our carpenters, which are currently working on turning honey into scented paneling. That helps to build our alvearies there. And in this carpenter with seed oil, we've got impregnated casing, which again is going to be making. I've got to put some more logs in it, but that's there.
You've got enough seed oil to, well, actually rebuild a tree, I think, just out of seed oil.
Oh, it's ridiculous. So, like, the tank in the palace is full. This is full of just...
And there's 11k in the system over there, I think.
Yeah, and then there's 11,000 more, almost 12,000 more nuts in the system. Oh, not to mention that the hopper underneath is full. And the actual machine itself is full. There's just we're drowning in nuts. So that's why we turned off the nut production. How many times can you say nuts?
I think it's a full potato farm at the moment, right?
Yeah, I think so. We keep changing what that does, but yeah, I think we're seeing it so that we've got our culinary engines can be made use of. So we set it to potatoes. We were running low on honey from using all the scented panelling, so I added some automation for all these meadow drones. But yeah, that's working pretty well. Anything else to worry about for showing this stuff? That's mostly to do with what's going to happen in the future, really, with these oily bees.
People can probably guess what we're going to do with that.
Yeah.
We're going to make cars and ride around in the city.
I was actually going to fill a swimming pool filled with fuel, and we're just going to swim around in the yellow liquid so people think we've got a pool of piss.
Well, you could make a rubber dinghy that actually works on fuel.
Really? Maybe our electric boat will bloody work.
Oh, watch out. You might poison yourself there.
I know, I thought of that as I went past. Yeah. Yeah, maybe our electric
build
boat
we
will
need
work
to do
on-
here, Fire.
on a fuel. What do you mean, build stuff? Oh, yeah, we have got a build to go over here. See all these flowers that are here? We have a plan for them. Just really soon, actually. I imagine that'll be maybe... Well, for us, it'll be when we convene next week for recording. But it might end up being next episode for you or the episode after. I don't know. It'll be one of those. But yeah, I think we're gonna do that next because the flowers are out.
It's gonna be a fun build.
Yeah. Something I've got in mind to deal with all of these flowers because they're dyes, most of them, and yeah, I mean there's a few that I want to void out. So say stuff like this clover, I'd probably just get rid of it because they can make flower headbands.
That's what a trash can is for.
About it. And then you got glow flowers, which effectively torches in flower form, and that's all they do. So I might void those two types, but the rest are useful and worth collecting just for dyes. Yeah, and I'm going to automate it probably next episode. Right. Demon's been very quiet. Have you been busy, Demon?
Not really.
No. I think Demon's been working on the roadway, tidying it up a little bit. We certainly need to fix that up, don't we?
Yeah, trying to get that finished.
We need more roadblocks as well because it's not even connected up to the palace completely.
Yeah. So he's just been tidying up because sometimes the characters get caught on the edges. So he's been making them flush using microblocks, which is pretty good, but it's a lot of work.
Then it makes it look smoother.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a lot of work though, so slow going.
And then if our villager breeder system is works as intended, which I really hope it does, we may have to switch solutions if it just works out to just be not very good at all. But if it works really well, then what we're going to do is probably build a marketplace of some kind. So that will come up soon, and we'll do some snazzy things with a marketplace.
What the hell?
You're
How's the
fighting with
butterfly?
You're having a fight with a butterfly.
Freaking die. Yeah, for some reason it kept on attacking me. That's why.
Wow.
When butterflies attack.
Did I damage you quite a lot? Because I was hitting you with this quite a tough sword.
I didn't get anything.
Yeah, weird. Oh well.
Okay. I think
I was going to check how many villages were in there, hoping to see an increase.
Well, at the moment I've got the it's set to create breeding pairs at the moment, as opposed.
Yep, there are children in there, so it's working.
Are there? Let's have a look.
Yeah. There's a little purple dude right in the front here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I added some more doors in the hope that would help as well. But yeah, we'll leave it running for a while. And once we've got enough breeding pairs, then actually it will start running at a faster pace. We just didn't come in with many breeding pairs. So that's why it's been so slow. So yeah, we'll get some breeding pairs up, then we'll drop these pistons down and then start creating emeralds out of it, and then it should work fairly well. If it doesn't, then we'll use MFR, basically. Oh, one other thing I want to talk about, just very quickly. I think a few episodes ago we tried to build the farm here, the mana bean farm, using a planter and harvester that we struggled with and the server crashed a lot. There's been some adjustments now, so that if we wanted to, we could do that. We've already built this system now, so it's not worth it for us. But if you wish, you can use MFR again. However, MFR's changed quite a bit, and instead of using the harvesters to harvest, now you use something called a fruit picker. So if I do a search here under fruit, you'll see there's a Mine Factory Reloaded fruit picker block. So now just use that instead to be able to grab the mana beans. You might
Invar X. Oh, interesting.
You might still need to use golems to replant. I don't know, but yeah, you could give the fruit picker a go instead of this golem setup if you wish. That was added in the latest version, which we haven't had on the server that long, about, I don't know, just a few days. But unfortunately we'd already built our golem farm by the time, you know, the update came in. Okay, let's finish up, I think. So yeah, thanks for joining us. If you've liked our setup, although I know that we took it off Direwolf 20 for the Formcraft room, but you know, if you're enjoying it anyway, then let us know. If you do want to see any more, if you've got any ideas, there's a good idea that someone left on a comment a few days ago, or in terms of video time, probably be a couple of weeks ago, about auto cooking steaks using lava. So I might do that design at some point too. So if anyone's got any other builds like that they think is a good idea, then please let us know, because we do have a list of builds that we're wading through, and if you've got a really good idea that we like, then we'll add it to the list and we'll get to it at some point. It might take a while because we've got a big list, but we will get to it. So yeah, Linker Demon, are you good to say goodbye, or you got any final messages?
I'm good to say goodbye. So
yep.
bye.
Alright, see you next time, folks. Bye bye.